right, a beautiful morning. You're welcome to Women's Corner. It's exciting to be here as always. Thank you for joining us. My name is Rose Blossom Mwe, and of course today we're talking about body shaming and the stereotypes that comes with it. It's just like something everyone, probably at one point or the other must have. I hope it's not a possibility for people, but I know at some point you must have heard people body shaming other women, you understand, maybe after childbirth, even before childbirth. So that's why we're here. We're going to talk about body shaming, the stereotype, and of course the way forward. That's why we're here. But if you know what, you can actually join us on Facebook and Twitter. You can actually type in Galaxy Television and watch us live. We're streaming live right now. And also you can download Galaxy Television app on Google Play Store and Apple Play Store to watch all our live sections. I want you to also note that you can watch Galaxy TV on free-to-air channel. Please reset or tune your antenna to Galaxy TV terrestrial UHF 27 as your preferred channel. And you can also watch Galaxy TV signals on the following platforms, which are National Digitalized Channel, which is 741, Star Times TV Channel 110, and streaming live on all our websites, the Galaxy TV app and the AVO, the app, and the OH Prime app. You can actually watch Galaxy TV because we are reaching for the stars. Anyways, I would like to introduce my Zoom guest, but not now, just after the short break. I will definitely be introducing my Zoom guest, and we'll stop talking because our time is already fast spent, and we're so sorry that we kept you waiting. To my Zoom guests who are sitting pretty and waiting for me to just introduce them. So let's go for the short break and we'll be right back to the studio. All right, welcome back. So I'm going to start introducing my guests because of our time. My first guest is Egwono Iswekeboy. I think I got that right. She's a speaker, the CEO of Christie's Jewelries, and she's a tech enthusiastic. She's a women advocate, women empowerment advocate, and a data analyst. It's good to have you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Blossom. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for having me again. Great to be here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining in. And also our next guest is Uzoechi Ihoma Rebecca. She's an OAP, she's a nursing assistant and an addiction counselor. It's good to have you. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good to have me here.
Thank you so much for joining in. So I'm just going to first ask, have you, can you just share a story of where you have probably heard people body shaming a woman and what you did about it? Or maybe you've gone through the story and you just want to share so that you could be able to advise women when it comes to that before we go into, full detail of the topic. And let me start with you, Rebecca, please.
Okay. Because I work in a healthcare sector, I have a lot of patients who come in with their husbands, and of course, during looking for fruit of the womb, and also having a child, the person having a child, and we see a lot of men complain that, oh, my wife is not as beautiful as I married her earlier. She's growing tummy, she's getting big, and all of that. Well, we don't blame them. We just educate them. When they talk about their wife's boobs is getting bigger than they like it, very, pecky, but it's getting out of hand. And then we have to educate them what they call PCOS. A lot of women go through PCOS and they don't even know they have these things. They just know they're adding weight, they're trying to work out and it's not working. It's just the hormonal imbalance part. And we just try to just educate them. But then a lot of the men don't even have the patience. They just expect, oh, you shouldn't go bigger. I just want you to be like this. And it's a very how will I say this? It's disturbing because these women try to put in their best to be the way they want their husbands want them to be, but then they just have little or no idea of what their body is going through.
Thank you very much. Very true when it comes to health. In fact, when you work in a hospital and you hear some complaint of men, there was a time I'm going to say this, a patient came to the clinic and, after delivery and all of that, the husband had to meet with the doctor, away from the wife. She's still in the ward for women, women that just give birth. And he came to the doctor's doctor's office and asked, "Please, doctor, can I see you privately?" I was like, "Sure." I and another person was in there. I was like, "Sure." I was like, "Okay." That now after delivery and all of that, he's still seeing his wife's tummy is still big. That is there anything they can do? Is there anything they can do to reduce the tummy? Is there maybe there's something they will remove? Maybe they've not removed it, so the woman will have a flat. The man was like, "Don't worry, it will still calm down." Eating habits, and of course the lifestyle she's going to maintain after delivery is what is going to help her. The husband was not still satisfied. He was like, "Okay, what are the things there was an advice though. These are the things she would do." But he was particular. It's a thing of joy. You've not even celebrated the birth of the child. You've not even celebrated the woman finish. Like, "Oh, you did very well." You're already thinking of how she has to have a flat tummy. This is how bad it has gone. So, but I want to ask Egwono, sorry, if you've had an experience or someone close to you have had the experience, how was it? And, what was the result of it after everything? Just share with us.
Yeah, thank you so much, Blossom. Thank you, Rebecca. So, the funny thing is, the experience is not far. I also have 4 kids, and my own husband too has done the same thing. So it's not like it's something far-fetched at all. I remember him, comparing, especially after delivery when you add a little bit of weight. I'm like, because men are attracted to what they see. It's so important. So, and all these biases have started right from when we were all children. We are all guilty of it in a way or another. Even a woman can body shame a woman. You can look at a girl child and say, "Oh, this one is fine." I have a girl among my children that's really bigger than the rest. And I remember myself wanting her to, at the time she was really slim. I prayed for her to be fat. And then she grew, and then I prayed for her to be slim. So it's not about us, judging people out there. It's something we need to correct on ourselves and grow into, to understand that it starts from when you're a child, because you are stereotyped already. When you look at it, I used to make a big joke that women in my generation grew up watching Cinderella, Snow White. Who else? Maybe you can remind me. Those are the pictures we saw. So the media really plays a very big role. We thought that the world was good. The Prince Charming would just come in a horse one day. We didn't know we have to buy the horse. So, the stereotyping has started from correction, parenting, and all that. So it's not far-fetched at all. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I know what you said, it's not far-fetched. I was about to say that initially before I even asked the question. I know a lot of us have done, but I had to just, retrace the thing. But now, hearing you speak is actually true. Growing up, at one point or the other, we must have called somebody a robot. You understand? Because they say this place is too skinny. You understand? And then we're just joking. But at the point, we're body shaming the person. And just like you said sometimes you see. Okay, then growing up, my parents would be like, "Oh, you're so slim." They never believed I was even going to add any weight. So when I now added the weight, they were like, "No, I think I prefer you when you're slim." Excuse you? It was like, do you think it's that easy? You understand? So I totally understand when people don't even know. It's as though we don't even know what we want when it comes to our body type and our shape. Now, that brings me to the question, which I'm still going to ask you, Egwono, is now, when it comes to social media, in fact, not just social media entirely, both the social media and the media itself. Now, how do you think it has contributed to body shaming? Of course, through these unrealistic beauty standards and unrealistic expectations of how you should look, which is why you see a lot of people going under the knives, to have a particular body shape. Now, how do you think the media has contributed to this? And how do you think the media should start making corrections? So is it even possible to even start with? So your response, please.
Okay, thank you, Blossom. So I'm really excited about this topic because I feel it's a big correction we need to make. And I can only say that now because I have seen the impact in the society I've also come to a point where I realized that I was also guilty of this in a way, even when especially because first and foremost, we were raised by someone, culture, we're influenced by culture. At the time your mom told you, your head is big, so you pick those things and then you transfer it. You give what you've received, which is where the media really comes in. Correction now will be about being intentional. I'm really happy that Galaxy TV and Women's Corner is intentional about this. So being intentional is the first point of correction. You have a message. It's just like what I said about us growing up with our parents. I used to say, Mommy, why did you allow us watch Snow White when you know that the real world is not Snow White? There's no Prince Charming. There's no the love first kiss, someone coming to kiss you out of the grave and wake you up. But because they had their own experience of maybe being like, not having a voice in the marriage. So they wanted their children to have this perfect romantic. And then we came in, expecting that. So the media is so powerful. When we program, the media can do the reprogramming by being intentional, making sure that you deliberately explain. For example, those advertisements that, you just see, if anytime a fat person comes up, it's about comedy. And then the slim person is about beauty products. My kids were showing me an advert where they use The Rock to advertise shampoo. The Rock does not have any hair. I was really very funny. So because we always expect that the person that is going to be doing the beauty products should be slim, figure 8. But I think we should deliberately accentuate other shapes. Teach that people can appreciate their body shapes. Because first of all, you are not an object. And what a body shaming does, it shows you that you are an object, self-objectification. Or you are more than an object. You are a person with emotions, with values. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much. I love that one. You are not an object. So appreciate yourself. And let me ask Rebecca this. Now, how do you think body shaming affects people when it comes to different age groups? Let's say children, teenagers, adults. How do you think body shaming affects them, basically?
So, I would say this, that Eguano has said a lot, which I totally agree with. Yeah. So when it comes to children, like she said, it's not far-fetched. It starts from the parents, starts from parenting. And like she said, we're guilty of this. I'm also guilty to the point where I was even body shaming myself, and I was telling myself, Rebecca, you're too fat. You need to calm down. And, I wasn't wanting to accept the fact that, I was fat. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I'm reducing, but in my head, I don't know, I'm not reducing. I'm just trying to encourage myself. So when it comes to children, like I said, it has to start from the parenting and what we feed our children with, what they watch, what they hear, right? And we have to find a way to make them understand that there is more to just your physical look, because that's the problem. There's more to just, people calling you fat. You prepare them for the world, the real world, that, appreciate yourself the way you are. So when someone out there says, you're fat, she's like, yeah, I'm fat, everybody can be slim, right? Same thing as the youth. So when you start putting this in your children and making them understand that you need to appreciate your body. Not everybody's going to have a flat tummy. Not everybody's going to have a fair skin. We have different shapes, different sizes, right? So from the child, from impacting that in your child, you're passing the message, more awareness, make them understand that, the real world, people don't just, appreciate your body. Sometimes it's even about what you have here. You see a lot of slim people and they really don't make impact. They even want to get fat. Make them understand that, there is more to just what you see online, what people say, like I said earlier, you appreciating yourself, creating value for yourself in a society. So when you start building that in your children, you're preparing them for the outside world, and they're going to have this thicker skin and being able to appreciate themselves, not because of the negative word alone, but just self-value and self-respect.
Okay, thank you very much. I love that one, especially starting from a child, because a child at that point does not know how to handle such body shame. Personally, in fact, imagine, those children then that we used to call Orobo. It's so weird, because I just recollected something now. there was a particular person in secondary school. The person was on the big side. So, to be honest, I don't even know the guy's name because we always call him Fatih. So, and that was just what he's just got stuck with that name. Even teachers were actually calling him that. They don't call him his name. Like, if it gets to the result time, you know, in result, there's always this original copy received by me. You don't want to even call him out. They don't call his name. Like, so name, sir. They call Fatih is your result, you know, understand? It comes out. So when we had a reunion, and now he's not fat. I don't want to use fat, in fact. He's not bold anymore. You know, so he's now, how will I put it? You know, the slim and, you know, proper, you know, looking all good and elegant. And almost everybody kept saying, so you can be fine like this. Do you understand? And I just recorded that this thing is actually more like body shaming. It's just that the person took it in good faith, did not fight, it didn't affect his self-esteem or his confidence. He just kept it up, and he even said he never tried to reduce. It was just the age that came with the, you know, the body size. And at a point when he grew older, he was so slim that he even felt he might never be big anymore. You understand? So yes, I think it's a very important thing that people need to actually watch what you say, no matter how much you think you're joking. So I'm going to ask Egwono this. Now, what are the underlying causes of body shaming? Do you think it's a societal issue, or do you think it's a cultural thing, or is just a personal problem when it comes to body shaming?
Body shaming it's both societal, cultural, and then personal too, because when you talk of society, every society has a pattern, culture. Your personal perceptions, your interpretations are key. Just like you gave the story about your secondary school classmate who was called Fatih, you know, his own interpretation and his own, how he took it was different, and it helped him. And the thing is that society, you can't run away from it. Whatever is in society has been there for ages. So it's good that we acknowledge that this is our reality. Body shaming is real, it's around, but it can be corrected in the sense that when we acknowledge that this is wrong, then we make deliberate efforts to correct ourselves when we find ourselves in that path. And then you yourself, body shaming yourself, you have to correct yourself. You have to correct yourself because your mind, you know, the funny thing about the brain is that the brain is the one that does the interpretation based on experiences, you know, presents those images to you. So every part, both personal, societal, play a key role in body shaming and how the person interprets it.
Thank you very much. Yes, I hope we're listening and trying to pick one or two so that we can actually adjust to some things. For me, I actually believe it's more like, it's not even cultural. I don't think culture has anything to do with that, because if I want to actually go Africanly, you know, it's also, to be honest, both the slim people are actually being body shamed too. Because some people will tell you it's very rare for you to see slim people with the whole figure and all of that. But when you're big, you tend to have some figures and all of that. But yes, I'm not trying to differentiate. I'm just talking basically on the people that are on the big side. Now, some people tend to body shame and talk to you down and all of that. But I think it's better if we actually view their own self-confidence and understand that with time. In fact, there are some persons that might even be big or bold, but they are very beautiful and they can carry themselves. They can even run. Do you understand? And thank God we have some models. We have the plus size models now. So even the society is beginning to, you know, take it. Like I was saying, Africanly, if we go down to the heritage, most African people, in fact, if you go to our great grandfathers, their fathers, they will tell you they prefer the big ones. You understand? Like, yeah, you understand. And there's another culture in Africa. I don't know what country is that. If you're not big, they will take you to a particular woman. I don't know if it's their mom or their grandmom. They will just lock you up in a house. Calabar, right? They will lock you and they will feed you because you gotta be big for them to get you married, because they feel that when you're big, yes, it's enough for them to present you to the husband. So I don't know. We just need to appreciate both the slim and the big. They are both beautiful, and it's not just about the size, also the shape. You see some people, they will tell you they don't have the boobs, they don't have the ass and all of that. They want to go to surgery. Me, sometimes I just advise it. I say, okay, if you're feeling that insecure, there's this inner wear that is being padded. You understand? It's just your husband or your boyfriend that would know that this is how you are. So you can always pad. Me, I don't support going on that in life because I don't even have the mind. So I'm just saying it, but you can do what pleases you. You understand? Okay. So I'm going to ask Rebecca, what facilities, like what do you think we need to put in place in the society that can help people, you know, manage this aspect of their body and avoid body shaming? Like, what do you think we need to do to help ourselves?
Okay, thank you very much, Rosanne. I would say this, I would keep emphasizing on awareness. Yes, awareness on making people understand that, or teaching people about building their self-esteem, because this is where it all starts from. It starts from the mind, right? More awareness that, oh, you're beautiful the way you are, you're acceptable, everyone can be the same thing. You know, you can use, you can go as far as using your fingers and saying all fingers are not equal. So everyone can be the same thing. We can't be in the same shape. We can't have same face shape. We can't have, the way the names are different, so are the body. We need to keep creating awareness, building their self-esteem. You can conduct seminars where you go to secondary schools, because we are, they always say the children are the leaders of tomorrow. We need to prepare our leaders of tomorrow and make them understand that they are going to be accepted, or they are being accepted the way they are. They should come the way they are. The ones that need help, of course, there's some people who are on the big side or are very slim that needs to be counseled. You know, they might have one health issues or the other. You make them understand that they are not being exempted. These people we can help them. If they need to talk to someone about it, they can. If it's a medical condition, the doctors are there to help. And there's a counselor on the side, because when it comes to the things of the mind or the mental health, the doctors, they have different professional doctors where, you know, the ones that can deal with the fat, okay, you need to diet and all of that. But at the same time, while doing that, a lot of people don't have the initiative or the understanding that, because there are some people, pardon me, there are some people who, when you tell them the truth that, oh, okay, I think you're overweight, their mindset is going, oh, is he body shaming me? We need to lecture them. We need to encourage them. That's where they need a counselor to make them understand, or the process of, okay, you need to cut down. You make them understand that there's something called overweight, there's something called underweight. You need help, let me help you. You can talk to me. That's you preparing the mind. And if this is being done, I think this can be controlled. This body shaming thing can be controlled. Aside the women now, even the men, you know, this can be controlled. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for that one. I love the input you put in there. It's something that can be controlled. Awareness, you know, we have to talk to ourselves just the way we're doing on this program, Women's Corner. So let me ask this question, probably the final question before I'll let you go. Let me ask this one to Iguano. How does body shaming, based on what Rebecca just said, how does body shaming differ from feedback or criticism? You know, like she said, sometimes you might want to talk to somebody and the person feels bad that you're body shaming the person, but actually you're giving the person a feedback. It's just like sometimes, I've seen a lot on social media, the woman will ask the man, how do I look? Do I look fat or do I look slim? You know, women say, we have it now in our body. And sometimes when the man tells you, ah, baby, I think you look fat in this dress. Oh, so you're calling me fat. You know, becomes the problem. And if you tell her she's slim, she might also take it the other way. What do you mean I'm not slim? I have shape. You don't understand? It's a different thing. So now, how do people know how to give, like when to give a feedback? This is a difficult question. It's actually very tricky. And when people understand that you're criticizing the person, just so that people can know the difference between the two, feedback and criticism. What's your take?
Yeah, thank you, Blossom. Thank you, Rebecca. Powerful input there. So taking from you, Rebecca, I'll say that one thing I know is that I hardly give feedback to people I cannot connect to. So you have to connect with the person first. You have to understand. When you say understand, is being in the person's stand. So you have to have a clear understanding of who that person is and what are the possibilities around your feedback. So you don't just go and see someone you have no business with and give feedback. And even then, as a professional, you should be careful to explain your feedback, just like what Rebecca did. Explain that this is for your well-being, general well-being. So you have to find the right keywords, stay on track, and ensure that you yourself, you're not biased, because people can read you from afar. People can read you. If your intentions are right, they will read your intentions before your words come out. So as much as possible, check your own intentions. Why are you correcting? Why are you giving feedback? Once your intention is like to make this person, maybe you are even irritated with the way the person is, and then you are not giving feedback, it will show. It will be louder than your words. And that's why women are extra sensitive, because we don't just listen to words. We hear behind
everything. Yeah. We sense it without even saying it.
Is well with us. So you have to just get it right. Get it right.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I just want to put a scenario. I don't know if it's part of body shaming, but I think it's kind of related to it. Now, I want to ask Rebecca before we round up. Now, let's take, for example, you have someone close to you, but maybe even your colleague. It could be your sister, it could be your brother, it could be even your child. And I don't pray our children have such. Maybe the person has a body odor or a mouth odor. Now, how do you tell such person? Well, how do you advise such person without the person feeling you're already criticizing the person? But the truth of the matter is, you are probably suffocating because of the smell. Do you understand? And you don't know how to express yourself, because the person might feel bad. The person might even start avoiding you, or it might even cause issues. You understand? At this situation, what do you do, and how do you go about it? Please, I have something to say about that, but I don't know. In fact, let me just say it and ask if it's probably a good way. My brother would say, when you see someone that smells a lot, has a mouth odor or something, you might not have to say it. Say just, if it's roll-on or perfume, gift the person. If you give the person the first time, person using it is helping, and maybe the person finishes, or maybe the thing finishes or it doesn't even finish, the person is smelling. You can call the person and say it. And if you don't want to call the person and say it, buy again. If you buy again, the person use it, it's still smelling one way or the other, I finish or it not finish. You say, please tell the person, give the person like that straight. Okay, you are smelling. Don't you get it? I don't know, but that's the idea he shared with me when I talked about it. But I just want to ask you, and for you, what way do you think we can tell such persons what's going on?
Thank you very much, Blossom. Okay, I'll still go back to what everyone else said. It's understanding and the motive or the intentionality of you wanting to help this person. Is the intention you wanting to help, or just wanting to, just make that person feel, or maybe you're irritated. Okay, so I'll use a patient or a client of mine. So because I am a mental health counselor, we have been trained, or we're trained to deal with the mind first. So I have this patient who came, and the first day of our meeting, I could perceive this very fishy smell, and I didn't know where it was coming from. But then I traced back. I'm like, it was when this person walked in, but I not even started talking. It was just the person's presence. And when the person opened the mouth, I was like, whoa, we have like double attacks coming from and next thing I said, have you tried, just like that, I said, have you tried this, what's it called, this mentor sweet? And she was like, oh no, that she doesn't like Mentos, anything Mentos. So immediately I could trace back that it's either she doesn't brush, or she doesn't know that there are toothpaste that could actually, you can use that doesn't have Mentos. Maybe she reacts to it. So, and I told her, I said, okay, I encouraged her. I said, see, you know what, you woman like me, let's talk. I don't want you to see that, or I'm staying out of context. I might not be the first person telling you, or I might be the first person telling you that's because I love you, right? Now I'm entering her head, so that I love her and I accept her the way she is, but she needs help. I told her the fishing smell, I know because I'm a nursing assistant, is coming down there. Are you dealing with something? Can you talk to me about it? That was where she came out and said, oh, she doesn't like to brush. She just uses salt and water. And, you know, apparently she has a partner. And her partner, you know, doesn't like to kiss her. And I said, you see, we're not far from each other. And she started opening up. And I told her, okay, so there are some toothpaste you can actually use that doesn't have menthols. And down there, you need to go do some swab. To, you know, now I'm making her understand that I understand how she feels. I'm a woman, like, that's making her more comfortable. And she was able to come out to tell me the other things that she was having difficulties with. And then she got help. So I think you need to make that person feel very comfortable. Not going and say, ah, Mawa, your mouth is smell with a brush at all. You know, that can be very that can be very important. So there are ways you go about it. Just love. The word love, the way you express love is beyond the word love.
Yeah.
So that will make them more comfortable.
Thank you very much. I love your advice. You know, while you were stating how people can go about it, I was like, but do you understand that you are into health? You can do that patiently and understand. My darling, some people don't even have that patience because you are choking them. They will just stay you out. Okay. I'm so sorry. Sometimes when I enter a public transport and, you know, you see some of the conductors there, you know, they're always hanging and, you know, they're smelling. Maybe unfortunately for you, you're just by the door and it's hanging just beside you. Am I supposed to start understanding the situation and start talking to him gently? No, I will speak the language you understand. Oga, please put your hand down. Let person breathe. It's that simple because I can't start sitting with that person. I know your condition. He does not even want to know his condition. His own is working. But anyway, I like your idea. It's a good idea. I buy to the idea. Everybody should buy to the idea. Yes.
To that conductor by saying, Oga, there's a way you say it. You might have change. Maybe you have excess money and you have a change. Say, Oga, try and buy roll. He has gotten the message. You're not saying it loud. You're not shouting. There are some people that it was just thinking that you go calm down. Maybe next person will say, have you had this smell? When I say this woman, you call the accent and say, I beg, tell me the truth and the smell. You know, you fast them.
It will work. Okay, I will try that one, but I'll give you feedback what the person said. But no, I'm not even. I don't even want to be in that situation anymore. I just try and avoid last seat, door seats if I have to take a public transport, please. Anyways, at this point, we would like to tell my Zoom guests a goodbye because they've been so much helpful and they've said a whole lot. I've learned too also from the both of them how we can do it. From Egwono, she said, it's the way you say it sometimes that matters. That's what people see it as a feedback or criticism or body shaming. And of course, we have Rebecca as a health person telling us how to go about it, you know, calmly talking to, you know, she even advised me about the conductor part too also. You know, we learn every day. So yes, thank you very much. Can we have the two of them on the screen? Can we have the two of them on the screen? Yes, thank you very much. Our normal usual, you know, ritual is that when we allow you go and we say goodbye, we try to, you know, wave a hand. So we just say goodbye to our viewers also too. Thank you so much, the both of you. Can we have the goodbyes? Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Okay.